Welcome to the Today Show. This is our flagship show. I am Unstoppable Tracy, proud to be joining you on your TV. I'm from the Disability Channel, also on Roku, TDC. And today you are going to be over the moon relieved. Are you living some reinvention? I have with me today someone named Anita Cassidy. Anita Cassidy is with Burlington Economic Development. And the abbreviated name of that is BurlingtonEcDev. It's so funny, we've all got acronyms, but Burlington Economic Development is the lead of the Tech Place. That's their core strategy with innovation and entrepreneurship. And they've got some great websites, investburlington.ca and techplace.ca. But today I have Anita Cassidy that's going to talk to us about some solutions during COVID for your small businesses. And so thank you so much, Anita Cassidy, for joining us. And please stay tuned. Right after the break, we're going to hear some of these golden nugget solutions from Anita. Right after this break.
Jay Stoyan here for the Disability Channel, the world's only inclusive channel for and by persons with disabilities. I just want to let everybody know that we are now live on Roku TV, the world's largest IP platform, and it is a free subscription. Again, the Disability Channel is live on Roku TV, the world's largest IP platform, available in more than 27 countries around the world, and it is a free subscription. Subscribe today, the Disability Channel.
Welcome back to the Today Show. I am Unstoppable Tracy with the Disability Channel on Roku as well as your TV. And today I am welcoming Anita Cassidy from Burlington Economic Development. Welcome, Anita.
Hi, Tracy. Thanks for having me.
It is so fabulous to have you today. So will you tell the viewers and the listeners, many of them from the Halton region, but we have folks from all over Ontario, learning your tips and tricks about Burlington Economic Development?
Sure, Tracy. And Burlington Economic Development, basically everybody who lives in a city, you have an economic development department there or an economic development entity. And it's our job to support businesses to start, grow, and locate locally. And then also to help businesses grow and start up. So there's kind of two halves to what we do in economic development. There's what you can think of as traditional businesses. So like your manufacturing sector, your restaurants, your retail, they're kind of more in the traditional business sector. And then we've got Tech Place, which supports innovative technology startup businesses. So if you think of a business like a Shopify, for example, that's an innovative new technology that changed the way that things were done. And they came up with a new platform, a new way to do things. And that's a high growth business that's grown from, people working in a bedroom or a garage up to like hundreds and hundreds of employees. And so Tech Place is designed to support companies like that and entrepreneurs to get the resources that they need to start up and then scale up that sort of technology business.
It kind of makes me think of Wozniak. He's drinking his apple soda in his garage and he names his computer after his apple soda flavor. And he was in his garage and then boom, right? We all know who Apple is. So you absolutely need back support for all the Wozniak.
That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to get those entrepreneurs out of their garages. And the whole point of Tech Place is we find that entrepreneurs and technology startups do better when they have those other people to connect with. So Tech Place provides that space where you can bump into people, make connections, get other resources. And we've got a whole bunch of wraparound services there, like Haltech, one of our partners, and they can do all sorts of things for technology startup companies, including helping them do market research, validate their business model, access funding resources. And then they've got a fantastic program there called Entrepreneurs in Residence. Yeah. And through those, you can basically, these are like people who've started 4 or 5 businesses. They know like a technology sector really well, and they can do hands-on coaching with you as you're looking at your business and say, oh, okay, I've been there, done that. Here's the pitfalls. Here's how I can make this easier for you and the advice that I give you.
Oh, wow, Anita. I know that we ourselves, TDC, have an office in your tech place, and that we have leveraged supports from some of the peers just organically by being, instead of being in a garage and filming, now that we've grown and we're in Wisconsin and Timmins and all over Ontario and all over Canada and all over North America, we were able to leverage that growth in our world in one of your offices at Tech Place, but met tons of people that have parallel businesses that could plug into us, which is so great. I mean, who doesn't want to learn more about funding? And I think every entrepreneur is needing some tech support. Have you got any success stories or a favorite story of that you're hearing about of people that have networked and connected and learned at Tech Place thanks to Burlington Economic Development?
Sure. One that I like to chat about because it's a really good example of not just connecting with people at Tech Place, but what Tech Place can do in terms of connecting businesses into the local ecosystem and then getting them those first customers. Is a company that actually they're in kind of the green technology space, and they're called FDI. And so what they have is they have a little sensor that goes into existing HVAC systems. And so then they can tell you based on occupancy levels and automatically adjust, say you've got a library or like an event space. Like what happens usually is those spaces are running the HVAC at like 100% all the time because they don't know when the space isn't being used. So these can sense that automatically, and then they can change how the HVAC is being used, etc. And so they can give you significant both energy savings and then greenhouse emission savings. So one of the things we did with that company was we actually connected them into our local library, into some of our local facilities. And now those technologies are being implemented locally as kind of those test customers. And so that's a win-win because, you know, that company gets to test out their markets, and then we get to benefit from new technologies in our businesses locally.
Holy cow, what an extraordinary story. That's fabulous. And talk about COVID, right? Imagine running HVAC all the time, and it's a lot of times where people aren't in the building. So how much money are you losing because of COVID at the time, but how much you could save with a technology like that, thanks to Burlington Economic Development and Tech Place, you know, sharing strategies and ideas and entrepreneurial coaching. Holy cow, that's amazing. I love that. So, Anita, we are not done. I have 100 questions, but what you're sensing in my pause is that we need to take a moment for a commercial break. But I know that there's people online that have questions, and there's our listeners. So, folks, please stay tuned on your TV and on TDC Roku, and for those of you watching live on Facebook. But if people want to be Twittering this incredible example and these resources, how do people Twitter handle you, my friend? Anita, will you share your Twitter handle?
Yep, so we've got a few different Twitter handles. So we've got @BurlingtonEcDev, which is our Burlington Economic Development Twitter handle. We've got our Tech Place Twitter handle as well, @TechPlaceCA. And then we've got, if you can feel free to tweet me as well, I'm Anita Cassidy with an S on the end because the original one was taken. So Anita Cassidy's.
Because she's so much more than one Cassidy, with all of her fabulous entrepreneurial coaching and golden nuggets through Tech Place and Burlington Economic Development, who's the leader in the strategy, leveraging Tech Place as the solution finder for entrepreneurs. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages with your TV, Unstoppable Tracy, and Anita Cassidy from Tech Place and Burlington Economic Development. We'll be right back.